Before starting the video, I want to share a pivotal moment that ignited my passion for combating domestic abuse. A few years back, I had the privilege of attending an event that organized a Christmas celebration for a local battered women's shelter. We arranged for a limousine to transport the women and children to a nearby park, beautifully adorned with Christmas lights. During this ride, a young boy tentatively asked his mother if he could thank me. With her nod, he expressed his gratitude for a memorable Christmas. That moment profoundly changed me. Later, at the Christmas dinner, the same boy thanked me again, highlighting the deep impact of ensuring he experienced the joy of Christmas amidst a tumultuous time in his life. Witnessing his concern over having a Christmas while escaping a harrowing situation at such a tender age was heart-wrenching. This experience cemented my commitment to support my local battered women's shelter annually. It's hard to put into words what some people have had to overcome to share in something as simple as a Christmas dinner. In the journey towards understanding, we sometimes encounter topics that are challenging and deeply personal. Today's video is one such instance. We will be discussing the harsh reality of domestic violence and its often unseen consequences. Please be aware, some may find the following content triggering. Viewer discretion is advised. We believe it's important to shed light on these issues, even when they're difficult to face. Every year, millions of individuals suffer not just from the visible scars of domestic violence, but also from the invisible wounds that deeply impact their minds and spirits. Today, we're shedding light on a less visible but equally devastating aspect of domestic abuse, the long-term brain damage suffered by survivors, a topic recently illuminated by science. When we think of brain injuries, sports injuries often come to mind. Yet scientists are uncovering that individuals enduring domestic violence may face even greater risks. Unlike athletes who have the opportunity to heal between injuries, domestic abuse survivors often endure repeated trauma without rest. This constant exposure can lead to significant brain damage, sometimes more severe than that seen in professional football players. Research shows that repeated trauma can lead to a range of neurological issues, from memory loss to severe cognitive impairments. The risk of developing conditions like Alzheimer's or dementia in later years is alarmingly higher among survivors of domestic violence, particularly due to injuries like choking, which deprives the brain of oxygen. The psychological toll of domestic abuse is profound. Survivors often struggle with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. The brain, in its attempt to protect the individual, may start shutting down parts that are damaged, affecting the survivor's emotional and cognitive functioning. This is the brain's way of adapting to a hostile environment, but it also signifies a profound loss of self. Exiting an abusive scenario is filled with obstacles. Financial dependence, fear of retaliation, and societal shame can all ensnare survivors in their perilous situations. Furthermore, the psychological harm inflicted makes it tough for many to reach out for assistance or even comprehend the magnitude of their abuse. Yet, there's optimism and there's assistance. By contributing to local shelters and endorsing advocacy organizations, we can extend a helping hand to those in distress. Informing ourselves and others about the indicators of abuse and the ways to safely provide help can make a significant impact. If you're aware of someone who is struggling, make contact, listen without prejudice, and pledge your support. The journey towards recovery may be extensive, yet with proper support, survivors can regain their lives and wellness. Uniting as a community to confront and avert domestic abuse, we can shield our future generations from its deep-seated impacts. We must not ignore this problem. On the contrary, let's collectively try to bring optimism and make a progressive path forward for everyone to enjoy a better quality of life. Partner with us in advocating for survivors by supporting your local shelter for abused women. Together, we can initiate change. Together, we all can make a difference. Edmund Burke once said, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." This quote speaks volumes about our collective responsibility in curbing the menace of domestic violence. Let's not be the silent spectators of evil. Instead, let's take it upon ourselves to be the catalysts for change. Remember this quote and let it fuel your desire to make a difference. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can break the cycle of abuse.